Okay, so I have another sample from my good friend Jeremy. This is the Penelope Oklahoma Reserve Toasted Barrel. And it's a barrel strength at 112 proof. Sorry, you got tiny handwriting. Anyway, I've had some Penelope products. Actually, I kind of like what they're doing. I've had the Havana and the Rio. Those are real good finished barrels for finished whiskeys. For anyone that doesn't know, Penelope is owned by MGP, so everything that they have will come out of that Ross and Squibb distillery. So, well, kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. Anyway, so I have not had this. I think I had another toasted barrel. I haven't been real good at tracking samples, and I keep saying that I'm going to get better at that, and I have not gotten better at that. Excuse me. So, but yeah, Penelope is making some really good whiskey. It's not to everybody's palate, but that's the beauty of this. Not everybody likes the same thing. That is almost fruity. It's not like anything specific, but just like if you used to open up just like a fruit salad or something, you know, just get all those smells together. There's almost a breadiness to it too. There's something else in there that is kind of dense. It's got a very good nose. That is weird and interesting. I don't know what that is. I didn't pour very much in that glass. I'm gonna get a little bit more. I'll just go ahead and do the whole thing. Wow, that's very good. It's just another one that I don't quite know how to describe. It's kind of a soft sweetness. Kind of bread. It's almost like a pastry. Like there's a hint of, not quite cinnamon, but there's something. That's good. It's interesting. Yeah, it's really, really like some type of pastry. Just kind of softly sweet, not like overly like glazed with a bunch of sugar. You can get a little bit of the baking spices in there. Almost, when I stop and think about, the closest I can think of is like one of those bear claw cheese danishes that you get at the gas station. You know, kind of the flaky little things. It's got like the cream cheese in there. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Yeah, there's almost a nuttiness to it. That's interesting, and it's really good. I think it's kind of dense. Like it's not so overly sweet, but it's still rich enough that one good size pour, maybe two smaller ones, and that would do you for the night. You move on to something else. Yeah, that's definitely a good one. Almost at a loss for words on that one. And I know that's got to sound odd describing it like a pastry. You know, and I don't like, you know, you watch some creators and they're just listing off all kinds of just random flavor notes that nobody's ever tasted. Way overly specific. And, you know, the thing with these notes is there's different compounds in here that bring out different flavors. And it kind of tricks your brain. And it makes you remember things that you've tasted before. Because you're tasting something that like your body doesn't know what to do with. And so you go, oh, well, it reminds me of this. And I think there are people that have probably developed their palates to where they can ramble off very specific flavor notes. But I think those people have trained in the industry and taken courses and learned how to do that and then spent years perfecting that because they have jobs related to that and they need to be able to do that. But Chief here ain't going to be able to do that. But every now and then I get one that I'm like, that tastes like something very specific. And the closest I can come up with this one is like one of those cheese danishes from the gas station. Very interesting. I had one the other night that I got something really way out in left field that it reminded me of. But I try not to do that too much. I'm not going to be up here like getting Bolivian virgin tears or some shit. One of my previous comments asked me about a rating scheme, and I'm going to have to put some thought into that. That may be something I work up. Just because I like all of these, unless like they're deliberately bad and someone has sent me some whiskey to taste because I'm a glutton for punishment and I have the palate of a trash panda. So, but for the most part, I like everything. So as a way to develop this channel and make improvements, I'm not sure how I'm going to roll it out because right now most I can come up with is good and more gooder and most goodest. And I do that just to be funny. But, so yeah, I'll start considering some type of rating scheme. I just got to put some thought into it and how I want to do it. Because I don't want to, because like, I don't want to rate everything a 10, you know? So I'll do some research on that and maybe come up with something. Anyway, that's my thoughts for tonight, and I hope you enjoyed.